What's up, guys? My name is Ahmad, and this is NGSU. Welcome to another episode of I don't even know what this is anymore. But hey, look, we're reacting to a video called Marvel versus DC. Could Iron Man really defeat Batman? Agree or disagree? Now, honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think that Iron Man can beat Batman.
There is no need to start a riot.
That's a great idea. Let's start a riot.
But not for the reasons that I feel like most people are gonna say, because the first thing that's gonna come up is A, prep time, B, more experienced fighter, C, like there's a whole lot of different corrections that you could say or go about it, because it depends on which versions of Iron Man that you're using. Because if you use Iron Man, like, let's say you use, like, movie Iron Man from, like, post-Endgame. Well, post-Endgame would be a dead Iron Man, but... but actually what I'm saying is, like, Endgame Iron Man, where, you know, he has the nano suit and he has that many weapons and stuff like that. I gotta say, it would be a pretty interesting fight, but let's just see how they try and argue, and then we'll dispute our points. Alright.
There's a lot of geniuses in Marvel, yeah. Batman won't beat them.
With prep time.
With prep time. With prep time, he won't beat them.
With prep time, he wouldn't beat them.
He won't beat them.
With prep time, Bruce Wayne will take out God himself.
I hate people like this. Oh my god. Why do you argue like this? There's just such thing as a limits fallacy. One second. Let me go ahead and look this up so I can show it. No limits fallacy. One second. Is it focusing? The no limits fallacy is an illogical idea that a poorly understood phenomenon can be... Okay, let me just read it like that, because I'm trying to read off of that. Like, it's kind of hard. The no limits fallacy is an illogical idea that poorly understood the phenomenon that can be exploited to infinity or assumed that have a maximum value through their... Okay, let me just say it like this. Okay, let's say that, for example, Saitama. The most arguments for Saitama is that, oh yeah, we've never seen him go full power, so therefore he could have infinite strength, or they could use him as a gag character. But no, you can only use what you've seen so far, so you can't just say that Saitama one punches all of Dragon Ball Z, or that not even close. Krillin could smack Saitama. I'm pretty sure I just made a lot of people mad by saying that. But it's true. It is extremely true. But, like, certain things you cannot go so far as to say. Now, you're saying that he could beat God with prep time. That's bullshit. But, like, they would really have to have, like, a... What was the recent Batman... What was it? It was called, I forgot, Metal. You would have to get Metal's writer to just Batman again to wank him enough to defeat God. Apparently, like, just I hate people like this. I'm gonna let the video play. I know this.
Okay.
God himself.
God himself.
I hate people like this. Marvel versus DC.
Oh dear God. I didn't know we were supposed to bring props. I know, I'm not even wearing anything comic book related.
Exactly. You only got on public transport with this, bro.
I know, if we were supposed to bring props, I would have bought, like, talent or something good.
Oh!
Sorry.
DC characters are more iconic.
Come on, bring me another table and I will slide that come on, don't do this. Don't do this. That's not, either commit or don't. This is not.
No, I can't say that, because recently Iron Man has become one of the biggest icons of Marvel ever that he's ever been. To say DC characters have been loved more, that's because they've gotten more love, per se. You've had these countless terrible Batman movies and these countless, okay, DC movies haven't necessarily been good. Because if he's talking about, I think he's stemming his love for these shows and stuff like that from nostalgia. I think that's where that's coming from, because if you actually went off like the newest stuff, then Marvel is definitely more iconic than DC. But if you're going off the older stuff, then yes, DC would absolutely take the cake, because Marvel was basically not there. So it really I'd say If we're talking about new stuff, I disagree. If we're talking about old stuff, I agree. That's where I'm gonna leave it at that.
No.
I say I disagree.
Gods among men. Gods among men.
Iconic.
Yeah, iconic. Gods among men.
Iconic. You want to go iconic here?
Yeah. All right, listen. Batman and Superman are like the biggest superheroes on the planet.
Yeah, they both had sucky
as
movies.
a term is just used freely. I don't even think there's a copyright on it. I think like any sitcom can be like, oh no, that's my kryptonite. Oh no, he's my kryptonite, she's my kryptonite. You can just say that. You know why? That's osmosis into like into society. That's like, the idea is just like there, saying like, oh, I'm retreating to my Batcave. You don't have to be Batman to say that because these things have seeped into society. We are one with them.
This guy.
These are iconic moments.
This guy. You talk about iconic things. Okay, cool. Let's start there. Let's go there. 1941.
Yes.
We had Captain America punching
World
Hitler.
War II. Oh, okay.
Yeah? We had Captain America punching Hitler. It was so good, they did it again for issue 2, but in a different angle. Yeah?
Okay. First of all, what he's talking about was a propaganda art that Marvel was doing at the moment, but yeah. Marvel had the darker days. Okay, it was iconic, I guess, for that generation or that moment. But yeah, I personally can't speak on it. I read it, but I really wasn't a huge fan of it because, I mean, I guess it's always fun to see Hitler get hit in the face, I guess. But okay, hop back in.
They did it, yeah? That's iconic. Iconic itself.
Superman has fought Nazis.
Iconic characters.
Yeah.
Iconic
Who
characters.
is more iconic than Superman?
How many people say
the OG superhero?
When people get angry, oh, man's gonna be hulking out, you know. People say them things, you know.
That's true. That's a good point.
People say them things there.
They do.
When they talk about, okay, fair enough. When they talk about science, first people think about is Tony Stark. They don't talk about Batman.
Batman's not a scientist.
Well, he does science type of things with technology all the time.
He does so.
He has a lot. He has a lot of gadgets.
People have only known who Tony Stark is for 13 years. Like before 2007.
It's irrelevant.
No one cares.
It's still iconic. How many people you see?
Not as iconic as a character who's been around for over 70 years.
Since Black Panther came out now, how many people you see going Wakanda forever? Wakanda forever. How many times?
Like you and maybe like 6 or 7 other people.
6 or 7.
I'm lying. That's terrible.
I know.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
No, I'm so sorry.
Massive cap. Batman would defeat any character in a fight. Oh my. What did I say at the beginning of the video? You would have to get Metal's writer to just Batman again to wank him enough to defeat God, apparently. Okay, I made my point. I talked about this already. Move on.
This is Max.
Okay. You know what this question is about, right?
Take away prep time.
Yeah. That's what it's about. It's about prep time.
Let's take away that
it's prep time. With prep time, Bruce Wayne will take out God himself. Okay?
God himself.
Yes?
Okay.
With prep time.
Okay.
With prep time.
There's a lot of geniuses in Marvel, yeah? In Marvel comics. Yeah. Batman won't beat them.
No.
With prep time.
With prep time. With prep time, he won't beat them.
With prep time, he wouldn't beat them.
He won't beat them.
Okay,
no.
List those people for me then.
Okay. Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Okay, let's list some people that he could definitely not beat with prep time. First person up, Galactus. Second person up, Thanos with the stones. Third person up, if we're talking about a hand-to-hand fight, easily. I gotta think about this one. I gotta think. There's just certain people that Batman will not be able to hang with. Sentry, he can't hang. Sentry, there's no way he can hang. Vision, he can't. Well, Vision, he could just EMP. There are multiple people that like Batman just cannot hang with, and if he's talking about prep time, then what are they gonna have Batman do? Roll up on the Mobius chair? You know what? I hate everything about the Mobius chair. It is the dumbest like plot device I've ever seen, and that's what they're doing. It's a part of, I'm not gonna, spoil it for anybody that hasn't read the comic yet. But you know what? Oh my gosh, why are they wanking him? Look at his face. He really believes that he just won the argument with that one statement. Oh my gosh.
That's another
Tony
person.
Stark.
Yeah.
Right? He's too narcissistic. He's too up his own ass. He's too obsessed with himself.
And he won't allow himself to get beaten by the bats.
Easily. You know what Batman will do? He'll kidnap Pepper. Yeah.
Batman would never stoop so low. I've never seen him do something like that. That out of character. I mean, if things were really that desperate, I guess he would. But like to go that far is really outlandish.
Yeah.
DC has better villains. That's fair.
Ah, they got you. DC, what?
What?
Spider-Man.
What?
The Rogues Gallery alone.
Don't do this because you know.
Let's go there.
Let's
go there. Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery.
I'm sorry, but on this one, I'm gonna have to say this English guy is definitely smoking a blunt. Yeah, he's high. I'm sorry. Just DC villains are way more complex. A lot more complex. I mean, we have people like Thanos. Thanos is, I guess, like if we're talking about performances wise and what we've seen, I think Heath Ledger and Josh Brolin, the guy who played, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but Josh, I think they're neck and neck for like performances wise, like making you really think about the enemy characters' motivations and why the way they are. It really makes you think more. But like in terms of villains, we only had a couple in all of MCU. We've had Killmonger and Thanos. That's it. I don't think we really had any fleshed out characters like that. But DC has had multiple. If we're talking about comics wise, then I guess Sentry would be a fleshed out character. The Hulk would be a fleshed out character. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. Can't remember his name. It was the Hulk. It was. I think it was after World War, where it was like everybody was dead and he was the last Hulk. And I can't remember him, and it was like he was in the old Logan comics. Can't remember his name, but yeah. Like I guess we have a few fleshed out supervillains, but like none really make you think and have been portrayed the best as DC villains. And then we want to talk about bad DC villains. We could always talk about like the Batman Forever, you know, Mr. Freeze, and Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey did the hell out of the Riddler. Yeah, I mean, it was an okay performance, but it wasn't that was amazing. It was actually kind of garbage, to be frank. But you know what? I don't agree with him on this point, but with the black guy on this point, because I believe that DC villains are definitely more fleshed out in pop culture media and in most comics, especially if we're talking about the Flash's Rogues Gallery. If you want to compare Rogues Gallery, compare the Flash's Rogues Gallery to the Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. There's no comparison. I'm sorry. There's no.
Rivals Batman's Rogues Gallery, hands down.
Rivals, you couldn't even bring yourself to say beats because it doesn't.
It rivals it.
It does.
Nicely.
I'm not here about rivals. I'm here about Batman's is better.
No, it's not.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's is far more better. Come on.
All right, come on, hit me.
Come on.
Let's do it. Just to be generous to you, as an act of charity, I'm going to take Joker off the table.
Okay.
That's how much I believe in this way. That's how much I believe.
Facts.
Most Marvel villains are just dark versions of the hero.
Facts.
So like, even if you want to go with MCU, I can list off to you the amount of MCU movies where in the first movie, the bad guy at the end of it is just the good guy in a dark costume.
Okay.
Like there's a lot more intrigue, I would say, from some of the DC villains.
So DC villains, DC villains, Zod.
Yeah.
Oh,
sick.
Superman
Oh
Dark.
my God, Michael Shannon.
Yeah, but Superman Dark, that's what he is. He's got the same powers as Superman and everything. Zod,
Fair.
that's what Zod is, yeah.
But he's not Superman's biggest villain, is he? That's Lex Luthor.
That's Lex Luthor.
Which is actually an incredibly interesting idea that the most powerful man in the universe...
And you use Jesse who to play him? You might as well call him Riddler Light.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg is a sick actor.
And he's a
sick actor. Don't do
The red
this.
capes are coming.
Don't do this. He's a sick actor.
The red capes are coming.
Yeah, that was mildly... Listen.
How
Oh my God.
dare you mention him?
I'll bring Joker back up from down here.
You can bring
if you
Joker
keep
back
this
in.
up, I'll
You
bring
can bring
Joker back
Joker
up.
in.
I don't have to bring Joker.
You can bring Joker
I don't have
if
to
you want
bring
to.
Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix and Jack Nicholson into this. I don't need to. Who's your best villain from your MCU?
My best villain.
Are you gonna go with Mr.
Jeez.
You gonna do this? The Thanos? Is that it?
No.
No?
No.
Who is it?
I would say Magneto. And the reason why I say that, Michael Fassbender did him justice.
Those movies didn't, though.
That was facts. Stan Lee was a genius, absolutely. Whoa!
I feel so harsh. If he was alive, I'd be like, yeah, to hell with it. I'd be like, yeah, screw you, Stan, whatever. No, I'm gonna have to go with agree.
Look, put it this way, I didn't know the guy, but look what he has done. For example, he was thinking, when he done Spider-Man, for example, that was his idea, that was his own concept, he wrote about it himself, right? When he's doing...
Stan Lee has done amazing things for a lot of people in a lot of people's lives. With Spider-Man, I guess Spider-Man became the icon. He's unanimously known as one of the most known and best superheroes ever. Not only in our world, but in the comic world. Look it up.
Doing it now, making all these characters.
Yeah.
He made them so relatable, and even the concept of introducing ethnic minorities into the comics as well.
Yeah.
That was very unique.
Yeah.
That was very unique, and I can't knock him for that. He did it so subtly until the point where he introduced Falcon, Black Panther, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Come on.
He made Ben Grimm Jewish, and he's...
It's like these cultivations here, instead of just making it just a full-out whitewash, he done it in a way where he wanted to evolve everyone because he wanted to bring the real world into comics and vice versa.
Yeah, I can see some sense in that.
DC films will never catch up with Marvel's. Like I said, no limits fallacy. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Yes. Okay, look at the last couple of movies. So you've got Birds of Prey, Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
In between.
All those are bangers. All those were banger. But for every Aquaman and every Wonder Woman, there is a BBS and there's a Suicide Squad. So, and then there was even though Justice League was a country mile better than BBS, it doesn't really take much for a stick to be higher than the dirt, if you get what I'm saying, okay? I mean, it's really not, because BBS was garbage. I'm sorry, I can't relate to it. Like, there were just different ways I would have liked to seen the Martha moment, because they made Batman kill, and there was no reason for that. Because if they would have made Batman not kill, they would have taken that Martha moment would have hit more. It would have made so much more sense. It would have been a man. Okay, so let's say, for instance, in a hypothetical world where Batman didn't kill in BBS, and then when he was going to go kill Superman, and he was saying, "You're not even a man," that could have been him trying to justify him killing another human being, a human being with a mother that he was trying to save, and that would have made that moment 10 times better. Because he's trying to justify taking another life and stealing the same trauma that he had. A parent taken away from him. And that's what he would have done if he... And then Superman would have said, "Martha." And then that moment would have hit more. I can't be by myself on this one. I know it's kind of convoluted the way I'm thinking right now. And I'm kind of talking kind of fast, so I'm going to slow down. But I'm going to get back into the video because I'm ranting really bad right now. So let's just go.
Between there is Justice League, forget about that terrible movie. But those 4 movies, Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman, and Birds of Prey, they all have personality. One of the things that I really enjoy about the DC movies is that they are prepared to be bad. They are prepared to risk being a piece of crap in favor of having some level of weird, different personality.
But that's the thing, they take too much risks.
I think the mechanism via which DC will catch up is by saying, we're not going to do what Marvel do, which is cookie cutter movies that all have some level of similarity.
Yeah, but
Marvel is practically like IKEA of superhero films at the moment. Everyone's going to end up with the same thing.
But the thing is with Marvel, at least one person, Kevin Feige, is overseeing and superseding it all. They all have different flavors to a degree.
I don't like that though. I mean, granted, Kevin Feige, super genius,
but
good luck to him.
But the thing is that they have a set plan, and some things are uniform and it goes together with it, you understand? While DC, it's this mishmash.
For the sake of argument, why do you need to have a plan of where we're going for? Why can't you just make good movies?
Okay.
The Marvel movies have given you the expectation that it all needs to come to this big clusterfuck crescendo, and it doesn't.
superhero films are ruining cinema. Strongly agree. I think they've improved it.
Ruining cinema.
Cinema! They're ruining film. Oscar-winning superhero movies are ruining cinema. All of these
strongly
superhero
disagree.
films. You know Martin
In what?
Scorsese is going to be outside to bang us up.
He can try. I got a shield.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
I would dash at him.
I'll stand beside you.
But
There's no way movies, Endgame, just Endgame. Let's forget everything else.
Endgame.
Let's just talk about Endgame. Look at how much we're
Oh my
smiling
God.
right now. That's how good the memory of Endgame is.
When
And when you come away from memories from a cinema like that, midnight showing, like 100 people, packed out cinema. How is that bad for cinema?
exactly, he's a really
How can it be bad?
booming business.
You know how many people I know that exclusively watch their movies by like streaming them on a dodgy Korean website all went to the cinema for Endgame?
That says a lot. That says a lot.
That's good for the industry. That's putting money in Martin Scorsese's
Thank you.
pocket.
But he would actually complain that he's not good.
He said he hates the money in his pocket. I didn't even like The Irishman. One-handed.
Come on.
You know it. I mainly just want to talk about 90s cartoons. That's like my favorite thing in the world.
I just really wanted to talk about comics, and literally,
Yeah.
me and you have the same level of knowledge and information. You're just more bantery than I am.
Get closer.
It's diet. I should have got Diet Coke.
I'm a bit confused by
Yeah.
your insistence that we call it Scran.
Because
Because
of all the
Alright, well, guys, that's the end of the video. I can't say that I thoroughly enjoyed this one, and I hope you did too. I hope you kind of just listened to my ideas. I know this is kind of like a different version of Jubilee, or people would say that, but like I actually do enjoy these little comic talks, and maybe I'll do more if you liked my input or even some of my, you know, arguing methods. I love you guys. This has truly been an amazing experience, and alright, peace.